Okay. And it is, when is it? July, right? Yes.
Yes.
It's July 10th. It's July 10th, 2021. And this is, whatever this is, a show where I talk to random people that I met on the internet. And I tell them, I talk about random stuff. And they either are okay with it or they never want to talk to me again. So far, everyone said they want to keep talking to me, but I don't really believe them. I think they'd just be nice to me. But whatever, it doesn't matter. And I am your host, Ramon. And wait, I keep screwing up the orientation. This is my guest, um, Othello.
Yes.
Yeah, Othello. This is my guest, Othello, who, again, like everyone else on this show, I randomly met on the internet and asked them, without talking to them, if they wanted to be on my internet show. And they, for some reason, said yes. And now here we are. So, with that being said, um, how are you doing?
Well, I usually answer this question in an interesting way. I say that I'm circular, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, well, works for me.
How are you?
When whenever somebody asks me that question, I lie and I say I'm fine. So, let's see. Who cares? So let's see. I guess I don't know. Like anybody who's ever seen my stuff, I never know what they've seen and what they haven't seen. So I kind of just have to ask them in general. If you do you know what I'm doing on TikTok or what I'm trying to do?
Well, I watch your videos. You answer a bunch of questions.
Yes, I do. I answer a lot of questions. That's mostly what I do because I'm not like actually like funny or whatever. I just answer stuff the way that I answer them, and people seem to like that, which is fine. I don't care. But that the thing with the point the wait, I can say this. The goal behind me being on TikTok and the internet in general is that I want to run for president
Hmm.
out of spite. So pretty much the entire point of me doing this, like all of this, is so that people like understand who I am as a person instead of the fake person that, well, politicians are.
Yes, they
Because,
portray.
right. And regardless of whether this works or not, I've decided I'm going to keep doing it because I have nothing else better to do with my life. So, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that's it. It's not really that deep, but you know,
What made you want to become the president? I mean, well, it's out of spite, but like,
what I'm saying, you're asking would would actually maybe decide to do this?
yes.
I don't know for sure because I always had this joke with my friends like I wanted to take over the world, but that was just stuff I said because I was stupid. But eventually I realized I didn't want to take over the world because taking over the world was annoying and dealing with people were annoying, and I don't like people. So, it was just a stupid thing I said when I was in college. Then I realized that if I became president, I'd only have to be president for 4 years, and then I wouldn't have to deal with anything else after that because well, I'd been the ex-president. It's like, okay, and then and then all of this other stuff happened, and Trump became president. It was like, well, fuck it, if he can do it, I can do it.
You can do it too.
Yeah. And then I saw like all this stuff that people were saying on TV, like all of them, not just like Fox News, but also CNN and MSNBC, all of them. It's like I don't really like any of you. So I also realized that if I do this, I'd also have to be put on TV, and I could just spend like all that time fucking with them, like Bugs Bunny. was like, sure, I'll do that. So yeah, pretty much everything I've ever, everything that I want to do from this stems from the perspective of like a 12-year-old, or just spite and revenge.
I see. That's interesting.
Wait, every time, listen, I'm not saying there's anything to do with you. You could have just said that. Every time, every time I've said somebody this, they've told me that it was interesting. And every time I hear that, it just, you all, everyone's just calling me crazy without like trying to be nice about it. Which I'm not saying you are, but that's the way it always sounds to me, and I always think it's funny. But that's just my own thing.
Well, you aren't crazy. I would say I'm the crazier one on here. But
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know you. It's fine. I'm just but like everyone reacts the same. It's I don't know.
same reaction.
Yeah,
That's just my reaction to everything. So
I mean that's fine. People people have the same different reactions to different things, but even when different people have the same reaction, it doesn't mean the same thing. I see the same reaction, but everyone has different brain settings, so it always means something different. The fact that I perceive it as the same way is because that's how I would perceive it if I was that person. It's purely putting myself in the other shoes. It has nothing to do with any of you. This is my own issue I have to deal with, which I'm fine with. I'm just saying that's why I just started laughing. That's it.
okay, yeah, that's fine. You can laugh.
Oh, man. But yeah, so pretty much everything I'm doing up until I either succeed or I fail or I'm killed by someone is pretty much heading up to that one point. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
So if you do become the president, what will you do?
So again, I'm going to be honest because that's the point of me doing this. I have no actual idea because I don't know completely how politics work. But I've also realized that politicians don't know how politics work. So I've realized that doesn't really mean anything. That being said, if I can figure out how to do it, one of the first things I want to do is to pay off student loan debt. And when I say that, I don't mean like forgive it like they're trying to do now or that they have done now. I don't know. I don't keep up with that. I mean, I legitimately just want to pay off all of the student loan debt. Like, I'm not sure if there's a thing that I can do, but I feel like there's a lot of things that the president can do that they don't know that they can do. So, I'll figure it out.
You would have to, hmm, since the U.S. is in debt already, you would have to take out money or print money. That doesn't even mean anything
Well,
currently.
yeah. I mean, that's what we're already doing. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. So
like, that's the point. We're already doing that, so it doesn't matter.
it doesn't. So yeah, I
So,
mean, it's just going to put us in more debt, but
yeah, I
that's not.
mean, like, and you're right, but like, they're not trying to solve it now. I mean, because we already have to deal with the debt anyway.
Exactly.
We might as well deal with it without also dealing with our own actual debt. So, there you go. I, but yeah, like I said, I have no idea. Like, I know how politics technically work, but I'm not a politician. I've never worked in, like, politics of any kind. So, I don't know. But I just saw a video where, I don't know, some type of politician from Texas asked, I legitimately don't know. But it was something about if they could use like a missile to change climate change. It was like, I have to know anything about politics to be a politician. All I need to do is to not be a complete idiot, which I'm not. So I should be good.
Yeah, that's true. If Trump can be the president, you definitely could. You'll be a better president than him, most likely.
That's what I'm saying. But technically, and again, if I become president, I'm definitely going to do it because, well, I want to piss off all the old rich people. But technically, my goal is to just run for president. Like, my only actual goal as of right now is to, get my name on, like, I don't know what you call it, like the constituents, like the group of people who file the form to run for president. That's what I want to do. Again, if I get to the next step, which is actually becoming in the running, then that's another thing. And winning is like its own thing. I technically just want to be able to go on TV and bother like Tucker Carlson for like half an hour because I can. Because Tucker Carlson sucks. And so does Ben Shapiro, but mainly Tucker Carlson.
Yeah. What are your philosophies?
My philosophies? Oh. I don't know. Oh God, I don't know what my philosophies are. I don't believe in anything. I don't even believe in not believing in stuff. I legitimately don't care. Like, because people ask me if I'm like religious. I say no, because I'm not. And then they ask me like, what if Jesus comes back or whoever? It's like I don't care. Like when I say I don't believe in anything, it's not that I mean I'm an atheist. It means that I personally don't believe in it. Like even if Jesus appeared right now, it wouldn't like relatively matter to me. I mean, it would technically matter to me because now I know that, that stuff happened, but it doesn't change my life at all because, well, I'm not Jesus, nor am I one of the people that Jesus knew, so I don't really care.
Alright.
So like, I don't know. Like, I guess I do have a philosophy. I sure as hell don't know what it is. I guess don't let life get you down. No, that's not it. What the hell is that? That's stupid. Don't worry about stuff. That's literally how I live my entire life. Don't worry about anything.
Alright.
Like, but it's weird because I have like hyper focus. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't know what anything's called. People say it, and I think that sounds like me. Then I forget it, and it immediately flies out of my brain. But the thought is still stuck with me, and then I'm stuck with this thing that I don't remember the name of forever, and then it drives me insane.
That's what happens to me.
What was I talking? Oh, you're talking about my philosophy. You asked me about my philosophy, and so yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have a philosophy. I guess I technically do, but I haven't recognized it yet.
I see.
So,
do you believe in morality?
Do I believe, like, in the idea that it exists as an overall ideal, like that everyone has it, or
that there's a such thing as good or bad?
Oh, I don't think I do, because I know that stuff, because like stuff that I don't do is, do I? I do, I think. I don't kill people because I don't like it. It doesn't mean I think it's wrong. Because again, I do. But I don't think I think it's wrong because it's actually wrong. I think it's wrong because when I do it, I personally have a trigger in my brain that makes me feel bad, if I would do it. But I'm not really sure if that's what you call morality. Well, I guess it technically is, but I'm not sure if that's actual morality or if that's just a trigger in my brain that I then label as morality.
Hmm. Well, it's all perspective, anyways. One thing can be good to
Yeah,
one person and bad to another, so it doesn't really hold any value.
yeah. I mean, I do know that yeah, that's true. I mean, like, because people have, like, morality in it of itself is completely made up. Like,
It is.
so yes, the idea of good and evil isn't actually a thing, since, everything that we have now, we just decided was a thing and then decide, yeah, sure, why not? That seems like a good idea. And then people kept saying that, and now we're stuck where we're at. And, well, 99% of us hate it, and the 1% of us, well, they don't hate it, so we're stuck with it. Yeah.
As for the death thing, I believe that death is a sort of release and ecstasy in a way. So if you do kill someone, it's a waste of time because it's giving them something easy and it's um too simple to do rather than just torturing them, forcing them to live because life is what's difficult, not death.
Oh, that's totally true. Like, God, this is this is just depressing. I don't. I have no idea if like my actual family watches this. I legitimately have no clue, but I don't really care. So I thought about killing myself a bunch of times, but I realized I don't want to do it. Not because I have an issue with it. I don't think I do, which is its own thing, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I realized, like when I was in high school, that killing myself would have been way easier than, living life. But it wouldn't have been as fun because it was at that same time that I had a bunch of issues. Like, I thought I was adopted at one point, and then I had this whole issue when I realized that I didn't feel like emotions the same way other people did. So I went through this whole thing about not realizing if I could love people or not, or if it would just die alone as a heartless old man. It was this whole thing. The point I'm trying to make is at the end of this weird pathway that I was going down towards was that doing whatever I ended up doing would have been more interesting than killing myself. I mean, I didn't know what it was at the time, but I did know that once I figured it out, it would have been more fun, which I eventually found out was this, and I was right. So, yeah.
Yep. Well, I suppose that life could be fun. Well, not for me, but for other people. I believe that you can find your joys in life if you find something interesting to do. But society makes it very difficult for anything to be interesting. So
Oh, totally. I don't. It's weird, like how out of the way, like the people in the world make being in the world in general. But because that's an issue, because like people take it different ways, right? You can either live the life that you want, but in order to live the life that you want, some people have to make it so that other people can't live their lives. And then there are just some people whose way of life is just keeping other people from living their lives, whether that's because they can't for whatever reason, or Well, that's just what they actually enjoy doing, which is its own weird thing, I guess.
Hmm.
The world is a weird place. Not the world. The world is fine. Like, nothing is wrong with the world in and of itself. We're a weird group of organisms. We
Yes,
made the world a weird place.
and that's
I mean,
unfortunate. We made it difficult for no reason.
oh, totally. Like,
We wasted our entire existence on nonsense.
yeah, like it only. That's that's the weird part, though, because the people that are currently benefiting from this even aren't completely satisfied with it. Because, well, I can't really say this for sure because I don't know any of these people. I don't want to because they all kind of suck. But that aside, most of these people are like this, presumably because they're chasing after some vague idea of happiness that was also fed to them when they were our age, which they then achieved. And either it's not enough or it's not working at all. So they have to keep going until, well, probably until they die, because, well, if they can't get it now, they won't be able to get it then either. But that's only an assumption. Like I said, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, all we could do is make assumptions until we actually meet them. Well, we can't meet every single person of this world.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I legitimately just zoned out, so I didn't. I wasn't even thinking about it. Let's see. I don't know either, but that doesn't change the fact that I did zone out just now. That's all. Oh man, because that's true. I don't know what to do when I talk to people because, like, I've done 8 of these. I've done more, but this is like episode 8 of specifically this show. And what was it 9? 9. Whatever. The point is, I haven't. I don't come up with like actual topics because one, I never stick to my plan anyway. That's why I just end up ranting or rambling in all of my videos because it just goes from whatever my brain is going to the next thing. And two is because, well, this is more just an exercise for me to try to figure out, like, myself, I guess.
Mhm.
Because people in general, because people can say whatever they want about themselves. Like, people have asked me if I'm actually going to, run for president. And I've told them, like, I genuinely don't know. I like, I legitimately don't know if I am actually going to be able to go through with this. Like, I know that I say I am now. Like, right now, I totally believe that I'm going to go through with this. But I have no idea what's going to happen if, like, I get, like, some random email from, like, CNN one day and they want me to be on one of their shows. Again, I want to say that I'll do it, but, like, it's the same as people who, like, say that they're such a good person and they have, like, such an enormous heart and that they're so giving and whatever. And then they find, like, $50,000 in, like, a briefcase somewhere. And then you never see them again because they took the briefcase and ran off to the island somewhere.
Exactly. Give them a chance to, um, if you put them in a situation where they have to make certain choices, that's where their morality. tends to become muddy,
Yeah.
even though morality doesn't exist. Their sense of morality will
Yeah.
become muddy
Yeah.
because they have to make a certain choice. Like, for example, if you have to kill a child or, let's say, a baby deer, that's when your morality becomes muddy. Which one would you rather save?
Well, I probably killed the deer. Well, I don't know the kid. Do I know the kid? Well, I probably still wouldn't. I probably still kill a deer because I think more about if I'm lost in the woods. I'd probably rather eat the deer than eat the kid. I
So,
don't like veal.
okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I. I'm sorry. Wait a second. I. 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 I did not know that what was going to come out of my mouth when I started that sentence. Okay. Okay, I'm cool.
All right. So, who says that the human life is worth more than the deer's life? Who determines that?
Oh, no one. But that's the thing,
Exactly.
right? Because you're right. Like, it's only at that point, it's only the person who's doing it. In this case, me. Whatever. Because, yeah, you're right. Like, at the end of the day, there is no actual difference between any one creature to another creature. People put more emphasis on humans, well, sometimes, over animals, but like, that's only when it's convenient for them, which is also its own thing.
Yes, that's true. Like, for example, well, I would save the deer because I'm a nuisance to society and I don't care about children.
I mean, honestly, that's that's a better reason than not liking veal, which I'm still slightly concerned with myself about, but whatever. I've already said it. I will deal with that whenever I circle back to it inevitably. Also, another reason why I'm doing this, I record everything because eventually, if I ever do successfully run for president, I want people to be able to go back and all the stuff I ever recorded and then try to use it against me when I do run because I think that'll be funny too. So, I really hope this gets brought up again because I think I'll definitely forget about it and it'll be a really interesting point in time for when that happens.
Yeah, they'll say, you don't like veal. Oh, the vegans will be mad.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they would. Ah, well. Oh man. Wow. Um. What was I don't know what I was trying to say. I
This is.
think.
Oh,
Oh, I wasn't gonna say anything. Go ahead.
I was going to say that this is probably going to be used against me too. So,
Oh.
like, you wouldn't save a child over a deer? Really? Like,
Yeah. Children don't do anything. I was a kid once. I remember. Kids are useless. Someone actually tried to use that against me one time. It's like, because I told everyone that I'm an asexual. It's like, what about having kids? It's like, I don't want to have kids. What about your parents? They had you. Yeah, and I still am upset with them for that. That's not a thing you can use against people.
exactly. That's
Like,
normal.
what? No, no.
I'm asexual as well. I have no interest in having children or bringing them into this wretched earth. It's not. It's just not a goal of mine.
Yeah, you, you have like. actual reasons for stuff. I realize you have like actual reasons for stuff. Like everything that you decide on, it's like as like actual reasoning behind it. I'm just like a selfish asshole, which I'm not saying I have a problem with. I'm just saying, like you have like actual reasonings for stuff and like actual like conclusions and arguments and concepts for. I'm just I'm doing this because I'm bored and I want to piss off a bunch of rich old people and laugh at them to their faces. Oh my god. So, one of the things that I like doing on when I'm on TikTok is going whenever this comes up, like it doesn't like whenever it happens. So when I see that someone follows me, and again, this is the same thing. Like I do this with like everyone, like with you, like other people. I go to their page and I see like I look at like how many people they're following and like the stuff that they post is like, and then I wonder to myself, why are these people following me? Because, and I can't stress this enough, I conceptually don't understand why anyone follows me. Because, as far as I can tell, I'm just a I'm just a weirdo who says stuff into a camera. Because like people will say like, what you're saying, I don't get what you're saying. It was like, no, I get that. I mean, I get what I'm saying, but I get what I'm saying because, I'm me. Like, all the parts of my brain are connecting in the way that makes it make sense what I'm saying. But I also know that if I wasn't me, I would sound like I'm on drugs. So I conceptually don't get why people follow me. So that's the thing that I do sometimes.
Well, to bring this work again, I believe that they follow you because they find you interesting.
I mean, again, yeah, I guess.
And they like to hear your ideas and your thoughts. I mean, I like to hear them. So
I mean, thanks, I guess.
I would, but I would love for someone to comment something and so I can respond to it because I think I could create an interesting response if I want. I don't know.
I mean, because like I don't know either. Because like I don't like comment on other people's stuff. Like I can't type in the same way that I like talk, so it comes off weird. Because I realized this when I was like when I chat with people like online on like Reddit and stuff. Like the way that I talk, because again I type stuff, like as you type. I don't talk. I don't. I don't write the same way that I talk. I don't know why I'm trying to make this overcomplicated. It's just what it is. Anyway, so it doesn't come out the same, and it's just kind of weird. Yeah, again, like I said, it's just why I don't comment on stuff. It's
Yeah,
not really.
differences in your speech and writing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. There's differences in my speech and writing as well. Well, there's a small difference. It's that it's just that it's easier for me to write than to speak.
Okay, cause and well, again, we've only said like all of like a handful of things to each other. But yeah, because you type like you write like very neatly, politely, I guess. I guess. Anyway, but yeah, like and not because you speak like politely too. Well, yeah, I think politely is the word I'm trying to think of. I honestly don't know because I'm not good with words. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the difference between the way that you speak and write is like not completely different, but I technically think I could. This technically is like a difference. That's that's it.
Yeah, there's a difference in eloquences when it comes to my writing and speaking.
Why did you let me ramble on all that time? Because you knew the word. You just said it. Why did you let me? Why did you let me go on like that for like a minute? You immediately knew the word. Why did you just let me do that?
What? Well, I I just wanted to listen.
Okay, cool, fine.
You
It's
know,
fine.
I'm sort of an asshole too. So I let people do things like that.
Whatever, fine. Be that way. I don't care. I am a semi-mature person, so I will kind of take it in stride after, well, just now. So there you go. Anyway, what was I? I was gonna say something, but like immediately flew out of my brain again.
Do you, since you don't, you say you're not atheist, but do you believe in the existence of spirits?
Oh, oh, that's right. That was what we were talking about. Okay, so this is weird, and somebody told me what it was. I think solipsism. I think that's what it's called. Apparently, it's the idea of only believing in myself because I can only recognize my own existence because I'm only me. So from what I understand, it's the idea of not verifying or unknown or disbelieving in anything. So what that technically means, without any of my extra bullshit to put in it, is while I don't actually believe in anything, I also don't disbelieve in anything. So for your both what we were talking, what I was bringing up originally, and what you said, it's not that I don't necessarily believe in spirits or Jesus or Zeus or Amaterasu or Ra or any of them. It's more just a matter of I personally have no, I guess, stake in their existence. So it's not that because I don't believe in spirits, but I also, I guess, don't like disbelieve in it either. It's kind of just an idea that exists to me. So yeah, like while I'm just fine, well, relatively speaking, going into what is supposed to be a haunted house, if it actually does end up being haunted, well, I can't say be fine with it depending on what type of ghosts or spirits we're talking about, but I would, you know, I guess roll with it to whatever end.
Yeah, it's difficult without any scientific evidence. It's difficult to believe in those sorts of things and anything really.
Mm.
But it's the it's the yearning and the want to believe that leads to faith. Like I don't I just find the arcane things interesting, so I look into it. Like the Ars Goetia, interesting.
Mm.
Um, alchemy, interesting. Mysticism, interesting. So I look at it, but it doesn't mean that it exists. It's just something that I like to study. I wish that it did. I mean, I hope that it does.
Mm.
I'll make life less boring.
So there are there were two theories about stuff that I really like the idea of that again might or might not be true. But one idea is one that I've heard like a while ago, and that is the theory that like all of that stuff, like not just Christianity, but like um Jewish or like Greek, Jewish mythology, um, all of it was just like from the future, like because I think the actual idea was that the Greek gods were like time travelers, and that they came from the future, and all of the things that they did was just like using their modern technology in ancient Greece, which, if you think about it, you can use with like any any of them. Because, like, and mind you, this would depress me wildly, but if you go back to, like, ancient Egypt and finding out, like, not all of the, most of the ancient Egyptian gods were just a bunch of furries who went back in time with their heads, with their suit heads, and were worshipped as gods. Like I said, that one would slightly would upset me. Not like actually, but just in general.
That would be so stupid. I
It
would,
would.
I would, I would really wouldn't know what to think. If that,
Exactly. But
no, Thoth is a someone with a bird furry, really?
yeah, that's exactly there. Like I know that there were like a couple of I don't know all of the Egyptian gods. I know there were a couple of them that are like humans, but like a lot of them are also just people with animal heads. Like,
Right.
you know, so like they just just a group of furries that figured out time travel and then went to ancient Egypt. But and oh crap, I got so distracted I forgot what the other one was. Oh, and the second one is that people. This isn't actually a theory. This is something that people are like actually looking at. Oh, well, I guess it is a theory. Hypothesis? Not important. It's that they have since this looked after looking at the everything digging and like going through all of the soil samples, they think that the 10 plagues of Egypt were caused by an eruption. I think that might have actually been published. I have no idea. But yeah, they think that the 10 plagues of Egypt were just caused by an eruption that Moses knew was coming. And then she said, like, we were just going to be plagued. And then all this stuff happened. And he just said, that's part of the plagues. So you should you should let them all go. But yeah,
And that's an interesting theory. I mean, it makes sense.
yeah. So I mean, it's not. I don't have an issue with like anything like people believing in stuff. Again, like I'm not an atheist. I never consider myself an atheist because like I don't have like any type of desire. I've never wanted or thought like God isn't real or whatever. It just never mattered to me if any of it was real. Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense. It's difficult to even make it matter because it's all just senseless in a way. It's
Well,
all this.
yeah.
It's pointless.
I mean, like that's everything. Like doing stuff has no actual point. Like people can
Exactly.
ask, hmm?
Oh, I said exactly.
Ah, yeah, because like people can ask, like because that's why people keep asking, "What's the point of living?" It's like I don't care what the point of living is. Like even if there is a point behind life, each specific person. I've been making a triangle with this plastic for the last 10 minutes. I can't stop. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what the point of it is. Like I don't care what the point behind life is. The point behind life can be anything. The point behind my life is to see the apocalypse. Like I'm probably not going to live that long. I'm hoping we cause the apocalypse because I can definitely live to see how we kill ourselves. But if it's going to take like the sun exploding, that's going to be depressing because I'm going to be like super dead by then. So,
Well, apparently, this person, I don't know if this is true, it's probably a false statement, but there was the creation of a instrument that can blow radiation into stars and planets, and
what?
they can shut the sun off by just using that instrument.
That's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. How have I never heard of that? Even if it is made up, how have I never heard of this? I could totally blow up the sun with that. That's not what I meant. The point I was trying to say, technically, someone could blow the sun up, not me. Someone else could blow the sun up. My point is, how have I never heard of this? I have to look this up. I have to look this up later. Anyway, wait, I have to put it in because I'm definitely going to forget before. Um, wow, that is amazing. Wow.
I was on, I don't know, I was on tour. You know what that is, right?
On tour?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tour, yes. It's like, I didn't know you were in a
And
group. You mean like
so,
tour? No, I know what tour is.
yeah, and I found that information. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's interesting.
That is crazy. But yeah, oh, that's right. So yes, like the point behind life is stupid. Because even if life does have a point, it's definitely a stupid point. Like, no matter what, it's stupid. I don't I don't really care what the point behind life is at this point. It's definitely something that'll either depress me or just make me upset that I was alive to begin with. So I might as well do whatever I want and either talk to a bunch of interesting people or annoy everyone else. Ideally, both. And now here I am.
Here you are.
Yep. So, whatever happens, I will almost certainly regret doing this. But I won't regret it enough to the point where I'll stop doing it. That's really all I care about.
I see.
Like, because super ideally, like, assuming that I actually do succeed in, like, all of this, and I actually do become president, like, I don't know what my ultimate goal would be. Because, like, I technically want to make the world a better place, but not because that's the right thing to do. I don't care about the right thing to do. I want to do it out of spite. So that doesn't really help me any. Like, even if I had all of the answers to all of the Earth's problems, that still doesn't make me feel any better because that's not something that I personally care about. Like, I don't want people to like me. Like, I'm glad people like me, I guess, but that doesn't. I don't. That doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I just want. I honestly don't know what I want. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've legitimately been drifting through life, not knowing what the hell I wanted to do with it. Well, my entire life. the first thing I wanted to do that I knew I wanted to do it was to be an assassin.
That would be. I mean, there's a way for that to happen.
No, I know, but I'm already 30. I'm too old to be an assassin now. Well, I'm not, but I'm too old to make the adjustment. It's something you have. It's a choice you have to make when you're younger.
Yes, that's true.
And again, that was based off of, like, movie stuff. I didn't actually want to be an assassin. I just wanted to look cool like they did in the movies. I wasn't going to be that guy anyway. The next thing and the second thing I wanted to do was to be an engineer. But then I realized I didn't want to build like other people's buildings. I didn't care about building other people. I wanted to build my own building. I wanted to make my own secret lair that I would inevitably try to take over the earth from. That's the only thing I cared about. But once I realized that an engineer had to, work for other people, I immediately hated the job. So, my point is, I've always hated people. I've always done everything I can to avoid helping them as much as possible. Now, I am literally doing everything I can to help everyone in this goddamn country purely to piss off Jeff Bezos. And yeah,
That became a paradox between your ideals.
exactly.
That's
Like, I don't I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Like, I don't know what my end goal is. Like, if I win and I succeed, it's like, oh, whoop de fucking dude. No one's gonna build a statue to me. I don't want a statue.
it could.
I mean, like, I'm not saying they have to. I would prefer if they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, if you bring upon the New World Order, I'm sure the statue will be built for you.
Listen, if I actually bring upon the New World Order, then yes, I'll have to have a statue made of me. But that's only because that's like cliche. It's in the rule book. When you take over the earth, you have them build a statue out of you. I mean, that's not me. That's the rules. I can't fight against the rules. And technically, I guess if I take over the earth, I can write the rules. I still might do it. Anyway, oh god, I don't. This is honestly, this has never like actually been in like the same area, like at any given point. Like the random jumps that have been made in this whole conversation is really apparent. I mean,
That's true.
I have
Yeah.
no actual issue with that. I just now realized it. That's all. But yeah, it's either this, like, the only two things I know I want to do are this, or I don't know, jump out of a plane and then die by jumping in the Grand Canyon.
That's a that's a different death. You'll have to fly right over the Grand Canyon.
Why is that why was that what came out? What what really concerns me is that the stuff that comes out of my mouth, I only sometimes know what I'm thinking of when I say it. Like, my entire brain is set on autopilot sometimes. And then I've said it and now it's just out there. I don't know how to deal with it sometimes. But I don't really care.
I mean, I can't say anything because I want to die too. So it's like I really, but to die in that way, that's just that's hmm.
Wait a
There's a lot of work will have to be put into that.
Oh yeah, totally.
A lot of money.
Well, yeah, but again, like that's what checks are for. Because again, I've already jumped out of the plane, so what are they gonna do?
If I ever jump out of a plane, I would just DB Cooper it. Yes.
I don't know what that means.
DB Cooper is someone who disappeared
Oh,
after jumping out of a plane. He disappeared and they didn't know where he went.
oh, I do. I remember hearing that story. I think I might have heard DB Cooper, but I suck at remembering names, so God only knows. Oh man, let's see. How long? Oh, so are you doing anything? Well, not now. Would you have to do anything? Because it's been like an hour, and like I don't want to keep you from anything, but I'm not doing.
Oh, well, my phone is about to die, so I suppose I'm going to charge it.
So then, yes, you. Okay, cool. All right. Well, this has been a conversation,
Yeah.
and it's however this went, however you think it went. I don't know how that is because, well, I don't watch back the stuff that I record because I can't stand listening to my voice. So I'm never gonna watch this again, and whatever happens, I that's on the rest of you. So, with that being said, this has been whatever this is, the show where I talk to people, or whoever really, whoever agrees to talk to me on my random show, and they may or may not want to talk to me again. And listen, I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. I don't have any type of issues with that. I don't care. And I have other stuff I'm supposed to say because this is on YouTube. But I don't feel like saying that right now, so I'm just gonna not and move on with my day because I'm tired and I'm gonna go to sleep. So, yeah, thanks. This is my guest. Have to figure out this. I have to figure out this ordering thing. I always get it wrong. I keep wanting to point at you on the screen, but you're not. I'm pointing it from this side, and I keep getting it wrong. Anyway, this is my guest, Othello, joining with me. They were pleasant. I like how you. I don't know why I said it like that. I sounded like a jackass. But yeah. Anyway, thanks to them putting up with me and me not knowing what I'm doing, which is what everyone does. I appreciate that because I'm never going to learn how to do this properly. Because if I ever take this seriously, that is the day when I'm going to jump into the ocean and kill myself. Anyway, that's it. And I'll post next Thursday, probably. I don't know with what. Anyway, bye.